Welcome to Crossroads. The Trump campaign is requesting military protection against alleged threats from Iran. And this includes classified assets that are normally reserved just for a sitting president. But, it comes in light of an Iranian plot to assassinate former President Donald Trump, something he's been warned about directly by the U.S. intelligence community. Now, New York Times actually said it. They said that former President Donald J. Trump's campaign has requested a series of additional security measures, including military assets, in conversations with the White House and the Secret Service because of continuing threats to his safety, according to 4 people briefed on the matter. So, add the exclusive on it. Now, they note further in that exchanges with the White House Chief of Staff, Jeffrey Zients, and the acting Secret Service Director Ronald L. Rowe Jr. In the past 2 weeks, Susie Wiles, Mr. Trump's top campaign advisor, said that Mr. Trump had been forced to move, reschedule, or cancel key events because of limits on the service's available resources, according to the people. Again, Trump is campaigning nonstop. He's traveling nonstop. And frankly, there have been quite a few threats to his life doing that. And so he's been given some additional security. They're having trouble keeping up with him. Now, they note this. They say the campaign's request for more security, one of the people said, included sophisticated classified military assets that are used only for sitting presidents. We don't know what that's going to be. It's classified. It also includes the pre-placement of ballistic or bullet-resistant glass on the main battleground states where he would be campaigning most frequently, something they kind of do sometimes but not all the time, and an expansion of temporary flight restrictions over Mr. Trump's residences and campaign sites. It notes that the Trump team is in effect looking for him to be protected at the same level that President Biden is. And Mr. Trump's team has been told that he is being given the highest level of protection available, though no candidate or former president receives what a sitting president does. Meaning, they're giving him every type of security up to, but not including what a sitting president would receive. But Trump is saying that basically because of the threats on his life at this point, including from Iran, that he should be given that level of security. Now, look, I would say personally, given the global security environment, the known threats against Trump's life, again, you've had 2 confirmed what appear to be assassination attempts against him, possibly a third. I'll get into that in a minute and give my take on that. Also, the fact that Iran has, in fact, been targeting the Trump campaign for cyber attacks. They even, in fact, leaked information on J.D. Vance to a bunch of journalists that they selected, and one of those guys actually even released the documents publicly. Well, look, it does appear the threat is real. Frankly, just on the Iranian hack of the campaign and the release of the documents, that's what they accused Trump of doing back in 2016 when, hackers were accused of breaching the Clinton campaign and, leaking information. When they accused Trump of colluding with Russia, that was the basis of it. And this current case where, again, hackers from Iran actually breached Trump's campaign information and then leaked the information to journalists they selected, and one of those guys actually leaked it publicly, that's what they accused Trump of doing. And the other side, they just did it. Now, look, that being said, the Biden administration, they do appear to be actually taking some of this stuff seriously. The Department of Justice and others, they've actually been working with the intel agencies. They've actually been warning the Trump campaign about threats to his life, including from Iran. Trump was actually briefed on some of that. Keep in mind, this also follows a recent series of arrests carried out by the Department of Justice, including in New York City, where individuals accused of either being Iranian assassins or people working for Iranian assassination networks. Some of these individuals were actually arrested in New York. Again, innocent till proven guilty, but they are accused of it. And there's some pretty detailed cases on these alleged Iranian assassination networks running in the United States. And when Iran is making those kinds of threats on that level and Trump is campaigning, it does seem to be justified. They're concerned about it. Now, look, in other news on this note, a suspect was arrested outside a Trump rally in Coachella Valley on Sunday. And one of these individuals, this individual was arrested. Allegedly, again, he tried to show a fake pass to get into this event. He was in possession of unregistered firearms. He's in California. That's illegal there. I'll be talking about this more after we come back from a quick break.
Experts agree. One of the best ways to protect against financial uncertainty is to diversify your portfolio. Learn how physical gold and silver can secure your retirement funds from today's economic challenges. With a gold IRA from American Hartford Gold, you can safeguard your wealth with no penalties or taxes when you transfer your current qualifying retirement accounts. Call now and our precious metals specialists will send you a free information kit, no cost or obligation. American Hartford Gold, a trusted industry leader with an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, has a 5-star rating from thousands of happy clients. Whether you are getting physical precious metals in a gold IRA or delivered to your doorstep, we offer only the highest quality gold and silver. For your peace of mind, we also offer a no-fee buyback commitment, a low-price guarantee, along with free shipping and free insurance. So don't wait. Call the number on your screen today and secure your financial future.
Welcome back. A suspect was arrested outside a Trump rally in Coachella Valley on Sunday, and the individual arrested, well, he had fake passes to the event, allegedly again, and was in possession of unregistered firearms. And in California, that'll get you in trouble. Now, look, while the individual's intentions are still unknown, he says he's innocent. Local law enforcement say they may have stopped another attempt on former President Donald Trump's life. They're saying this. This is the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. They say on Saturday, October 12, 2024 at 4:59 p.m., deputies assigned to former President Donald Trump's rally in the Coachella Valley contacted the driver of a black SUV at a checkpoint at the intersection of Avenue 52 and Celebration Drive. They say the male driver, identified as Vem Miller, a 49-year-old resident of Las Vegas, was found to be illegally in possession of a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine. They note that Miller was taken into custody without incident and later booked at the John J. Benoit Detention Center for possession of a loaded firearm and possession of a high-capacity magazine. They say this incident did not impact the safety of former President Trump or attendees of the event. Now look, it's still unclear whether this was an actual assassination attempt. It's also totally possible it was just a man who owned a gun that he had not registered. I want to kind of show you all this. The individual is a Republican. He is known within the Republican and more the conservative community. He's not technically Republican, I think. He's known among them. He's a Trump supporter, a known Trump supporter. The individual basically, he drove from Las Vegas to California for a Trump rally. It is true, right? The gun laws between the two states are very different. He alleges he didn't know the differences in the gun laws between the states. It is not illegal in Nevada to have unregistered firearms. But on that note, though, it is legal to carry a handgun in your vehicle in Nevada, but it's not legal to drive with a loaded shotgun in the vehicle. Based on what we're being told, right, what we know so far, he was found to have a shotgun and a loaded handgun. With police reports, had the shotgun been loaded, they would have probably said it. Had it been loaded, that would have been a crime in Nevada. They only say that the handgun was loaded, meaning that by Nevada law, technically he was within line of the law. The problem is he went from Nevada to California, and that's where it gets problematic, because while that may not be illegal in Nevada where he's from, it is illegal in California. Now, let me show you a bit more from what we know from local media. This is, again, the Riverside Press Enterprise, one of the local news outlets. They said that Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco told the Southern California News Group on Sunday that he believes Miller, who he said is a member of a right-leaning anti-government group, planned to kill Trump, and that deputies thwarted the plan when Miller presented fake VIP press passes at a checkpoint. And Bianco said this. He said they were different enough to cause the deputies alarm. We probably stopped another assassination attempt, end quote. Now, it notes that Miller, in an interview with Southern California News Group on Sunday, said that he was shocked that he was arrested and accused of trying to harm Trump, who he supports. He said these accusations are a complete bull, And he said, "I'm an artist. I'm the last person that would cause any violence and harm to anybody." Now, it says that Miller said he bought the firearms in 2022 for protection after he started receiving death threats. Basically, he started this news outlet, got involved with it, and kind of reporting the alternate side of the media, and he received a lot of threats because of that. Now, it notes that he had never fired the guns and said he was unfamiliar with the difference between Nevada and California's gun laws. Now, look, also, the individual Miller, he alerted the police that the guns were in his car. So it does not seem that he was trying to smuggle them, into the event, right? When he pulled up, he actually posted a public video on this. He said he pulled up, he told the police, "Hey, I have guns in the car," while he's trying to park. They searched him and again arrested him because in California, that was in violation of the law, the issue there, right? At the same time, the individual is accused of presenting fake press passes and a fake VIP pass. That's not a violation of the law. They're not charging him with that by any means, but they're suggesting that that was maybe something that raised suspicion over maybe intent, right? The man who was arrested claims he had a special invitation to the Trump rally from the head of Clark County's Republican Party and claims he did not present the pass at the checkpoint. He says he only had a special entry pass. Now, look, details on this are going to be important. I can tell you as a journalist, some news agencies, most of them I'd say, they issue their own internal passes for the company, right? Within the company, sometimes you want to be able to identify yourself or you have a key card to access parts of the buildings. A lot of journalists just use those as their identification. Technically, you can register for a pass of a city. Me, for example, being in New York City, I can register for a New York City press pass. The issue is typically cities only give out the official press passes for local news reporters. So, for example, with me, being a journalist since 2006, I probably would not be eligible for a New York City press pass because I don't cover local news. And it's like that in a lot of places. And so if you're covering national news, national politics, typically you will not be eligible for some city press passes. And so if they say that the individual presented a fake press pass could just be the individual's business card or the identity they use within the company, not so much like a city given press pass. And so the details on this are going to be important. You don't have to register as a journalist in the United States to do news. And so this is, again, I understand maybe it's something that raised alarm, but the way these things work, I wouldn't call that a red flag personally. Personally, I have owned a city press pass in the past when I was working in San Diego, but these days I only carry my company press pass, right? The individual does appear to be an independent journalist. He has a Rumble channel. He's with the America Happens Network. He writes on LinkedIn, for example. He spent over 20 years as an investigative journalist, a documentary filmmaker, and content producer, and worked for other media as well. Now, when it comes to the man allegedly presenting a fake VIP pass, that's another thing. The details on this are going to be important. I personally know that if you are gifted a pass to an event with Secret Service security, you do risk getting approached by Secret Service. And so if this man, as he claims, was invited to the event, if he was gifted a pass, that would be something that even if it was legitimate, would still get him, stopped by Secret Service. Although the important thing is here, he was not stopped by Secret Service, he was stopped by police, right? And so the details on that, again, are going to be important as we get more. That said, though, there is something else. One of the more important details could come out within his communications because they are going to be checking those. The sheriff's office told the Epoch Times some additional details on this front. Let me show you. This is the Epoch Times. It says, earlier in the day, Riverside Sheriff Chad Bianco told the Epoch Times in a text message, quote, "We arrested a man trying to get in the perimeter with 2 firearms who ended up saying he was going to kill the president." And that's going to be the important part, right? Bianco confirmed at the press conference that he believes his deputies helped thwart a potential assassination attempt, but declined to comment on the alleged statements made by the suspect regarding Trump. Another man, it says, an Iraqi national who was singled out as a hit by police dogs trained to identify explosives. He was turned away from the event, according to Bianco as well. If you have an Iraqi man and dogs trained to find explosives hit, meaning the dogs alert the police that they smell something, and you turn the guy away and don't check him, that's a bit problematic, but that also happened at the event. Now, with all this, of course, right, we're still waiting for details on this. The suspect was being held on just $5,000 bail. He published a video afterwards from a hotel room. Based on that, I assumed he posted the $5,000 bail. If you get out on bail for $5,000, they probably don't deem you a threat. I'm just saying, right? He has a court date set for January 5th, 2025. He's booked on charges for possessing a loaded firearm and a high-capacity magazine, things that are illegal in California. He is not being charged with trying to assassinate Trump. We'll see what happens as they find more information. Again, the big allegation here is that they say that he claimed he wanted to kill the president. It's not clear what president they're talking about, just being clear. But again, innocent until proven guilty. In either case, that kind of statement will get you in trouble. We'll see what happens, and I'll keep you all updated on it. Now, folks, in other news, I just got back from some on-the-ground reporting in North Carolina. I went to a lot of the areas that have been very badly damaged by Hurricane Helene. Right now, we're working on putting together a short feature on that. We want to get it out quick, so we'll do something shorter. In the meantime, though, I wanted to give you just some updates from what I saw on the ground. I want to talk about what I saw happening there. I also investigated some of the different rumors that have been going around. I'll be talking about this, though, only on EpochTV.com. So for those of you watching on YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, come and join us on EpochTV.com. Not only will you get access to the rest of my show, but you also get access to my live Q&A, where I talk to you all and answer some questions. Click the link in the description below. Come and join us on EpochTV.com. And before we continue, let me show you a quick trailer for my documentary, The Final War, the 100-Year Plot to Defeat America, which you can also watch on EpochTV.com. And with that said, I'll see you for the rest of this episode in just a short moment.
The greatest threat facing the United States is the CCP.
The Epoch Times investigation team had studied the CCP for years, but what we uncovered was yielding evidence beyond our imagination.
With Chairman Mao, with the Prime Minister, our talks have been characterized by frankness.
The Clinton administration said, oh, don't worry about it. This will be a poison pill for China.
China's strategic goal is to make sure that the U.S. has 4 enemies, and one of them must be a terrorist group.
We are giving of our life's blood so that the Chinese Communist Party can survive and thrive.